So I guess welcome to Conspiracy Friday. Today, with the help of Professor Stig, like I watch him, I found a gold mine channel called Competing Forever. And oh boy, he uploads a lot of content of stupidity. Like this guy, he's one of the COVIDiots. You know, those guys who don't believe in wear mask virus. He doesn't even wear a mask himself anyway. So, yeah. And he's still going on. It's still going on. 26th of November. It's still going on. So we're gonna be debunking this. Oh boy! And the comment section is full of stupidity. Um, like they're like, oh, the government should be scared of us, and oh, it's always the minorities that save the day. I mean, like sometimes that is true in history, but like not in this case. Plus, wait, debunkers are a minority. Does that mean we're saving the world? I use their logic to defeat themselves. Anyway, yeah, the comment section is full of stupid. Oh boy. And this guy is too. So let's debunk it.
Welcome back to How Is This a Thing? And we begin with this story from Summit.news. Coronavirus global transport body developing Travel Pass app to link proof of vaccination to passports. The world's largest air transport lobby group is developing a global COVID Travel Pass app that will link vaccination status and coronavirus test results to a person's travel documents. The International Air Transport Association, which represents airlines all over the world, has announced that its app will be trialled by British Airways parent company IAG SA before the end of the year, with the full rollout expected to be in the first months of 2021. It will be available for all Apple and Android mobile devices and will display an electronic version of a person's passport along with official proof of vaccination and test results.
Which I think is a smart idea. So stupid people like you don't go around to other countries spreading the virus. I mean, one day you might test positive. Or anybody that's positive doesn't spread it to other countries once this all settles down, which might take longer because of few people that think the wear mask virus is fake. So yeah, like take New Zealand for example, they listened to health officials and they got 0 cases until it was like ruined by one British guy. So with this, it wouldn't happen again. But while we here in America, um, very high cases we have there, don't we?
So, it's no jab, no travel. In addition, earlier this week, the head of Qantas Airlines has said that COVID vaccination will be required to fly. This article is from the BBC. International air travellers will in future need to prove that they have been vaccinated against COVID 19 in order to board Qantas flights, the airline says. The Australian flag carrier's boss, Alan Joyce, said the move would be a necessity when vaccines are available. I think that's going to be a common thing, talking to my colleagues in other airlines around the globe, he said. There's no denying it anymore. Our bodily sovereignty is being taken from us.
That's the most baddest statement I've ever heard. It's so bad that I physically cringed. So anyway. So he's saying his bodily sovereignty is being taken from him. Bro, it's just not allowing you to travel. Like, you probably won't take the vaccine because you don't believe in vaccines. So, yeah, you just won't be able to travel anywhere. How is that different from now? No Americans are allowed to travel. It's just basically normal life for you right now, just extended because you will not take the gosh darn vaccine. So, yeah. So basically, you're just trapped in your country. Yeah. Also, I know he's gonna probably make an argument like COVID, like the vaccine is not 100% effective. Still be positive. Well, it will weaken the effects. But yes, there's still a risk of maybe positive surgery even after vaccine, but it's gonna be very unlikely. So yeah, just debunking an argument is at in advance.
And as I've said many times, the plan is for us to be as tightly tracked, controlled, monitored, and vaccinated and branded like cattle on a farm, unless we resist this with everything we have. The vaccinations are
Because if you die, you cannot be controlled. Big brain time. No, like if they don't have chips and vaccines, you will not be labeled. Plus, your phone. Like your phone has a GPS and always knows where you are. I think you might still use Facebook. It's selling your private information as you're speaking, maybe. And Google is like keeping track of your personal data. So there's already enough tracking on you, and you're scared from the things that are not tracking you that they're tracking you. Cut out, cut out the bad. Cut. I'm trying to think of a kid-friendly way to say it. Cut out the bad stuff out of your mouth. You're already being tracked by your phone and your devices.
supposed to be annual, by the way. From now on, humanity is supposed to be injected with a substance basically every year, and the
Like the flu vaccine. I mean, of course you don't take that because you're an anti-vaxxer. It's gonna be like the flu vaccine.
manufacturers of this substance have immunity from liability for any damages caused. Mass civil disobedience and non-compliance is the only way forward. The mandatory vaccine
It's all the way backwards. Again, look in New Zealand when they listened to health officials, they got 0 cases. And they moved forward until one British guy ruined it for him, but I'm pretty sure that was not his intention. But like, yeah, and while you're here in America, I assume you're in America, that still has high cases. So yeah, the only way forward is, in your words, comply.
is the ultimate and final test
Or not in your words, just comply to simple things. Take the vaccine.
to see if there's anything that will wake up the normie masses. The general public seem to not understand the actual value of freedom and have been so utterly complacent for the past 8 months that
Oh, there's one thing that I will agree with this guy is they don't have general freedom, but that's like to do with capitalism and things. And in America, go watch Second Thought of that. But it's not to do with COVID regulations, like this guy is saying.
they have no idea as to how hard fought our rights and liberties were to begin with, and how easily lost that they are. We will soon find out just how compliant they are, and if there is
No, they're smarter than you. I don't think that everything's a conspiracy waiting to happen.
any major fight left within them. If people don't want the vaccine, but will only take it because they can't travel to visit their family or something, that's really cowardly. I'm sorry, but that's admitting that you're not free. That's admitting.
No, that's not admitting that you're not free. That's admitting that you want to keep your family safe. So basically, this guy is like, basically this guy is being illegal immigrants. So this guy is is now advertising, encouraging illegal immigration. Yay.
The state can inject you with whatever they want in order for you to go about your life as you did before. I mean, come on. This is tyranny. This is something to fight.
You just said it and go on with your life before. No change. It's just you're immune to the wear a mask virus.
Not to comply with because, oh, it's really difficult. You can't travel without it. I better get injected. This is crazy thinking. We should never have permission.
Just no, that's crazy thinking. Thinking that the government is trying to control you with vaccines and that they're trying to track you and mark you even though your phone already did that. But no, it's the vaccine. Yeah. You know, you're the one doing the crazy thinking here, bud. It's a reason why you're a small percent of the population that believe in this conspiracy.
This tyranny to last as long as it has. And to be honest, there's no end of it in sight at the present time until people stop complying.
No, actually, I'm gonna stop bringing the New Zealand argument again because I've said that like 2 times in this video. So basically, just comply. Like, I personally think that America should have like another lockdown. You move forward when you comply to this, cause you're not the epidemiologist. You're just some random guy on the internet who watched a couple of their videos and has started his own channel and thinks he's an expert more than doctors who studied for years.
But alas, a generation that has been raised to see the government as an omnipresent parental figure from cradle to the grave was always going to be too trusting of authority and essentially infantilized. Next up, this article is from the olivepress.es. Spain's health department warns that masks will have to be worn for the whole of 2021, and no doubt the whole of 2022 and the whole of 2023 and forever until the masses wake up and decide to stop acting like muzzled, submissive.
Yeah, it'll be forever because you don't wear masks. You keep on spreading the virus. Like, you haven't caught it yet, but I'm very surprised. It won't be forever. Like, it will stop eventually. It's dying down a bit, except in America. America always seems to be like going up.
Slaves and treating each other as if they're sick when they're perfectly healthy. Again, the frogs have been boiling in their pots for months, and they've been normalized by long-term exposure to things like lockdowns, masks, social distancing, and obsessive hand sanitizing. It only takes a few weeks.
But no, we're not the one boiling. You are. You are so invested in your conspiracy that you cannot hear anything else. No, it's just your conspiracy because you think it's right, or you might think that you're wrong when you're too deep into the rabbit hole that you're just coming up with these statements that you call proof.
To establish a new routine, and the social engineers and high IQ psychologists who've been gradually modifying human behavior through their mind control propaganda techniques, they fully understood this. Promise people that a restriction is only temporary, and then continuously move the goalposts as the weeks and months pass. Once the public get used to the new normal, a collective amnesia takes place.
Back then, we didn't know how serious this virus was. And now we do. I know we have idiots like you. You're gonna bring up the amnesia argument that the ours are mask, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's not how anything works. In any world. Anywhere.
And they no longer remember life before masks and social distancing. A life when such things would be considered absolutely unthinkable, repugnant, and oppressive ideas. Part of the normalization process is to continuously...
Yup, he's bringing up the same argument as red pill philosophy. Oh boy.
Just public expectations as to how long these measures will be in place. Once a sufficient number of people are wearing the mask, social distancing, and complying with the rules for long enough, they will have been successfully conditioned and retrained to accept these things as social norms. The article continues, masks are here to stay for a long time, as are other basic safety measures, such as maintaining interpersonal distance and continuous hand washing, experts have warned. So much for 2 weeks to flatten the curve. The year 2021 will be marked by the vaccination of the population. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to just remind yourself of what you're reading.
By the way, the 2 weeks thing was the lockdown, not the regulations. I'm just putting it out there.
You know, it's absolutely terrifying. First, the most vulnerable, and later the rest, if there is sufficient production, a process that will take time. Official sources